We'll now look at the attendance features that are built into TrackEd. At a basic level, we have the absences from one school for this year and last year, and these come from the student summary import. That's why it's a good idea to keep that import up to date, because it updates the absences and behaviours there. Now with that, in the settings area, you can actually change the colour codes for absences in this section here. So what becomes a yellow, what becomes an orange, and what becomes a red. Now all of the rest of the attendance features come from the weekly attendance import. So I'm having a look at this here. That is designed to come from the ID attend import. But if you're not using ID attend, we have a template that we've set up as well. And all we really need is a column set for the periods possible, then the periods present, and if you're using it, the periods present plus approved. Now that could be actual periods, or it could be just percentages as well. So 100% possible, and they got 94% as an example. The important part about that weekly attendance import is it must be done in week chunks in order for our reporting to work properly. Now the weekly attendance comes from ID attend or your template, but that doesn't necessarily match up with the one school absences, as they're calculated in a different way, but just so you're aware of that. Also, when you're doing this import, please ensure that you use the week numbering from 1 to 40 for the entire year, and don't just do term 1, 1 to 10, and term 2, 1 to 10, because that will overwrite the data on top of itself. If you have made a mistake with your weekly attendance import, in the settings page under utilities, we have an attendance cleanup which lets you delete the entire year and start from week 1 again. Again, it's a multi-file import, so you can actually import the entire year in one go, but we recommend probably breaking them up into 5-week chunks and importing them that way. Some schools will re-import over the top of recent weeks just to take into account any changes or modifications that have been made, especially for exemptions that might have been input after the last weekly attendance was done. But the weekly import with a multi-file lets you overwrite those quite easily. Okay, so we'll get on with how we actually use that. And to do that, we'll go to the list page where we've imported some data in the past year, and I have this percentage present option here, and I can sort by that. At the moment that's showing percentage present, but if I choose this toggle option here, that's now showing percentage present plus approved, and I can then sort by that if we'd prefer. So that whole data wall, then you can basically sort it off that attendance feature and have a look across at their other results and which subjects they're doing there. Okay, so from that list view in all the different list options, we've actually got a dedicated attendance list view as well. So I'm just going to take us to that one. In this view, we're actually showing their name and roll class and the last 10 weeks of attendance, the term 1 to 4 percentages, a year-to-date percentage, and a year-to-date plus approved. And if I go straight to this page settings area, we can make this whole data wall show the percentage plus approved, if that's what we'd prefer to work with, or we can do just the percentage present if that's what we'd prefer to work with. That's hidden away in that page settings area. Now we have this selected period analyzer section off to the end, and so I could choose whatever week period that I want, but if I'm looking at week 8 to week 10, that's a 3-week period, and then I could sort maybe by their change versus the year to date in that period. So if I go to the top of the list, these are the students who have improved the most in those 3 weeks, and these are the students who have gone down the most in that 3 weeks for their attendance scores. Some other page settings, when we want to look at those, you can actually select multiple cohorts at once, so I can choose my entire school if I'd like and find the students, and that would then give you a single data wall for the entire school. You can change your color coding, whether you're using bands or whether you're using traffic lights, and with the traffic lights you can actually set the cutoffs for what percentages you're going to use for those on the settings page. And one other option here we've got is the ability to hide names. So when we tick that, it changes the names into an ID, so you can use this as an anonymous data wall. So again, there are print and email options, PDF options for this in either A4 or A3. So this can be used as a data wall within your school. Okay, so apart from the list options, I'll just go back to the default view here. We do have a couple of grid options as well, so I'll go into the grid and we'll sort them as they are. So this is our grid data wall. At the moment it's showing latest results, but we could show the attendance and well-being option, which shows the year-to-date plus approve and the 3-week average. We can also show the attendance graph. So the dark blue is their percentage attendance, and the light blue is a percentage attendance plus approved. So those are two options there that we've got, and I'll close out of here. Some other reporting options we've got on the profile. There's an attendance view, so I'll bring that up there. Same thing again with the dark blue and light blue. We're actually showing some statistics overall and the last 10 weeks of attendance there as well. And in our generic settings area here, we also have hide approved absences from graphs. So if you'd like, you can tick that option, and when we look at these same reports, now it's just gotten rid of that approved absences section, so they've all disappeared, and that'll be across the whole board. We can actually include approved and remove approved from here as well. Hope that helps with the attendance features that are in TrackEd.